What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Talking Gospel. I hope you're prayed up, blessed up, and most importantly, I hope your soul is right with Christ before you got on that bike. I definitely hope so if you get caught in this rain. So while I was inside the gym hitting the upper body, we got an absolute downpour, but instead of waiting for it to pass, we're going to use this as a real world opportunity to learn how to ride as safely as possible in the rain. Before we even throw that leg over the bike, the very first thing I want you to check is your tires. If they're worn out or slick, my advice is simple: wait this one out. If you absolutely have to ride, you're going to need to ride like a snail. Today we're going to focus on smooth throttle, brake, and steering inputs, maximizing your visibility, trusting good tires, and most importantly, staying calm. Let's gear up, let's hit the road, and if this is your first time watching, please like, hit that thumbs up, and subscribe if I helped you in any type of way, and share this video with that guy you know.
You're panicking. So your instinct is to pull over under a bridge, wait over underpass till it stop. In a lot of scenarios that would be true, but once I'm on my bike, I ain't finna stop. My mask is fogging up like crazy. So as you can see, this is about like the second or third downpour that we got today, which is actually better. The first downpour is the most dangerous because there's a lot of oil and stuff on the road that is getting washed off, and it makes it extra slippery. So right now is actually safer, but what you want to do is when it's wet like this and you like me and it's a downpour and I ain't trying to stop, wait under a bridge, I'm going to keep going. All your movements should be as smooth as possible. You don't want anything jerky. You don't want to be, giving mad throttle, popping clutches, switching lanes vigorously, lane splitting like you don't got no sense. All of that is going to contribute to you staying safe. Think of being in a car driving in the snow. It's going to be something similar to that. You want everything to be smooth. You don't want to be using a lot of engine braking also while you slowing down. Like let's say you doing about 50 or 60, and I usually a downshift hard and use engine braking. You don't want to be doing that in the rain because you could risk your tire locking up and you're gonna go into a ski. If you go into a ski, don't panic. A lot of skis are like recoverable, but most people go down because when they go into a ski and they feel that back wheel slipping, they panic and then you shift your weight around like crazy. Don't do that. Don't panic. Ride it out. Also, you don't want to be riding in this middle lane. This middle lane is insane to be riding in. Each lane has 3. To be riding directly in the middle, you want to be either at the right tire or the left tire of the car. That's where it's the safest. The middle is where all the oil is dropping off at, and you want to avoid that. Like right here, you don't want to be right here riding. It's slippery, super slippery. Also, the white lines, the dotted lines, these arrows right here, all of that is slippery. So you want to be conscious of that. You don't want to have your bike at some weird angle approaching this white eye or this white arrow or this sign that's in the road. Even getting on the highway, you good getting on the highway in the rain. You just gotta be smooth. I'm gonna do a quick highway run. So first thing you gotta keep in mind, dang, my windshield is real foggy. I'm hitting this turn real smooth. Normally I'm going crazy in this turn, but you don't want to be doing that. You want your shifting to be perfect. You want everything to be smooth. That's the key. Also, you don't want to be right behind a car, because if you're right behind the car, they're going to be kicking a lot of water up into your mask. So let's say if it was actively raining right now, and I'm sure the lens is probably getting wet. If it was actively raining, the biggest thing is visibility. So in spite the visibility of the rain just coming down, there's a visibility issue of your helmet and the rain hitting your helmet. And because your helmet don't have windshield wipers like the cars do, what you have to do is you have to be going a certain speed so that the wind is blowing the water off of your windshield. So right now I'm probably doing about like 55, 60, and you can see like the wind is blowing the water off, but it's not as good as I would like it. I would prefer to be going a bit faster in the rain. So if it was pouring down raining, I'll prefer to be doing around at least 75 or 80 miles per hour in one of these left or right lanes within the lane, not in the middle. And you want to stay smooth on the throttle. You don't want to be doing this. You don't want to be doing that. You know what I mean? It's you want to be smooth. You want the tire to remain and stay in traction at all times. You don't want to lose traction because it's already wet, it's already slippery, and the danger rate is heightened, it's increased. So you want to be confident as a driver, you know, still follow the same thing. You want to be getting over, using your blinker lights, signal lights, whatever. But if you go a certain speed while the rain is coming down, it's like a natural windshield wiper. It's gonna wipe the rain away, and your visibility will be greater when it comes to your helmet. But like if the visibility is real grim, or it's like, you know, you can only see a few feet out due to the actual weather because it's just raining that hard, then you may need to pull over. You know, it's your call. Now what I will say is, you know, do I recommend riding in the rain? No, I don't recommend it. But what I'm saying is it is possible. Just like everybody that'll tell you they don't recommend you getting a bike. But it is possible. As you can see, you know, it's on and off scattered showers, but I'm riding in the rain. I'm perfectly fine. You know, perfectly is thrown loosely right there, but you know, I'm relatively fine. You see, I'm gonna ride totally different. My ride is going to be totally different. All smooth. I'm not going to keep shifting gears. I'm not in and out of traffic, you know. I still want to, all the rules still apply. You still want to be out of somebody's blind spot, you know. You don't want to keep trailing the car like this, like you know. And right now, like it's like I said, it's on and off. It's not that wet out here, you know. But you want to be smooth, you know, like you want to be right here, or you want to be right here. You know, you don't want to be right here, because if there's an obstruction in the road, it's just going to go right past the middle of the car. So by the time the obstruction hits you, you done fell or ran over the obstruction because you riding in the middle. You know what I mean? Even if I was to kick up speed, like there's a bike, the tires are made for that. You know, as long as I'm staying smooth and the tires are within traction, I'm going to be all right. Graciously, you know, I'm moving in and out of traffic graciously. You know, no hard turning. Like let's say if I wanted to get over to the left lane, well, to the right lane, you know, because I'm about to get off. You want to be moving like this, you know. You want to be moving like that. You don't want to be wiggling. I'm not about to do it because I'm not going to go down. But you want to be smooth. The rain is no problem, you know, unless you just can't see. If you can't see, that's a different ball game. That's a different scenario, you know. Bike's still going to run. Don't worry about the bike getting drenched. That's not going to be the problem. The bike not going to shut off. The problem is those tires and your ability to operate the machine. But I think I might. What's up? Hey, I couldn't throw down a 2 for him because I had my hand on the clutch and I was in the turn. I feel bad.
So as I begin to kick up speed, my mic began to cut out because of the heavy wind. But as you can see, because of the heat, most of the water has already dried up, and now I can start riding a little bit more normally. Before we continue, I just want you to remember these 3 main things anytime you're caught riding in the rain. Number 1, stay out of the middle of the lane whenever it's safe to do so. That's where the oil, fuel, and other fluids tend to collect, making it the slickest part of the road. Number 2, be smooth with everything, smooth on the throttle, smooth on the brakes, and smooth with your steering inputs. Sudden movements are what gets rider in trouble on wet pavements. And number 3, visibility. Make sure you can see, and just as importantly, make sure other drivers can see you. Keep your visor as clear as possible and ride at a speed where the airflow helps pushes the water off of your visor without exceeding what the road conditions safely allow. If you stay calm, stay smooth, and give yourself plenty of space, riding in the rain becomes a lot less intimidating and a whole lot safer.
If the visibility is that much of an issue, if you cannot see, you need to pull over immediately, preferably on a bridge, and wait the rain out. But if you like me, I'm not finna wait the rain out, because who knows, it could be raining for 2 days, you know? Give the car, give him space. Give him space. Because if that car slam on his brakes, you slam on your brakes, this pavement wet, you going down. You're going down, or you're gonna fishtail. You know, your chances of going down gonna be high. Or you just gonna slam into him because you're gonna be sliding. You're gonna be sliding. You know, you don't want to slide on a bike, man. If you don't know what you're doing, like if you're not intentionally sliding, you don't want to be doing that, man. Sliding on a bike sound crazy. Drifting on a bike is crazy, bro. If you're not a professional and you didn't train for that, you didn't know how to drift on, like you didn't learn on like a stunt bike. You wasn't in the parking lot learning how to drift and all that. Drifting on a bike is insanity, bro. Cheers to the ones that could do it. That's fire. I'll eventually get there one day. I am. But for now, I'm just trying to make it home safe. That's it. See, you can see the oil in the middle. Look, you can see the oil. You can see that joint. But if I plan to ride and I am riding and it start raining, it don't matter. I don't even care, because I know I'm gonna be good. It's not gonna matter. It's just, I just don't desire it. Now, when I got caught in a downpour, and I mean a downpour, pouring rain, I was on the highway coming back from an event, and I was doing like 85 or 90. It was like it won't even rain there because it was so clear, because the rain was just bouncing straight off my helmet. And it was exhilarating. I'm not gonna lie, it was exhilarating. It was my first time getting caught in the rain. It was exhilarating. I knew the danger, but I got home safe because I knew to be smooth. That's the video. I mean, it's nothing special, you know? I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. It's very simple. It's easy. You don't gotta worry. Like, if you get caught in the rain, don't panic, man. It's no big deal. Like, nothing gonna happen. The worst thing that can happen is you panicking, forgetting your skills, forgetting how to operate the bike because your adrenaline is pumping, because the fear grabs you. Like, fear is paralyzing, man. You gotta be able to sometimes to take fear and put it behind a door and close it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta be able to take fear, put it behind a door, and just close it for a second, because that'll mess you up in everything you do, regardless. Like, even transcending just riding a bike. Like, fear sucks, and for fear to take hold of you, you know what the words say. You know, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. No cap.